Okay, this project is called The Dangers of Flyer, and you get to choose which option you're going to do. This example I did right here of dangers of vaping. So I think you have the options, you have three options. So I'm going to do some research to kind of do this to find out what information I want to add in, and then you can see I have a full size here. So I'll minimize this and kid you, show you. I also want to just talk about real quickly. This is called a personal expression project. Then a lot of times they'll have just the requirements and maybe a number of layers or number of images. We're not working in Photoshop just yet. We're using Adobe Express, and I'll talk about it in a minute. Okay, so back to Canvas. This is the main homepage. Of course, we're in week 4, and I'm doing this for Tuesday. Okay, so you go down here, and you can click here. The Danger Flyer, they get you that assignment. But I like to just click on modules, and that Danger Flyer is right there. So it's the same way to get to the same assignment. Just know there's 3 options there. Like I said, vaping, there's smoking, and then there's premarital sex there. And then once you choose one, I want you to actually use, I'll come around and give you actually a stable thumbnail sketch just like here, and then your rough layout. So it's kind of like this, to where you have your little grid of 12 squares, and you have to create 3 squares, just like it says here. So 3 different idea examples, just like the name illustration. And then you have to take one idea and actually make it larger, okay, on your rough layout, okay? Once you do that, then you're going to do all those with a pencil, right? Then you're going to research for like maybe social consequences or emotional or physical. So different things you want to add into your image. This is my video. I'm just showing you right here. This is just a link to show other students of examples. Okay, like you can see, like this is another example of a student that done it before. So this student didn't use the right layout, but still, it's actually talk about what we're doing. This is the danger of vaping flyer too. So a lot of people have chosen the danger of vaping, but that's up there for you to look at. Then it talks about the requirements. But the flyer must be 11 by 17, 3 elements. So I'm going to go to Adobe Express and show you like how this 11 by 17 will work. So you click on this Adobe Express, it's going to take you straight to the link. You should be logged into Google, and if you are, then all you have to do is click continue here. That logs you into your Adobe Express account. Once you get logged in Adobe Express account, you click on the plus symbol. You type in flyer right here at the search bar, F-L-Y-E-R, and you type in flyer. It's you're going to have to resize it to begin with because it starts with 8.5, 11. You want to change to 11 by 17. Yep, and then come down here to resize. Okay, this is the right size here. So there's a lot of different options on this left-hand bar here. To start with, like just initially adding text here. So you can click on this add to text. And then you have some different options. So like different fonts you want to use. If you want to use like some different fonts here, maybe I like this font here. I've got some like regular or bold or so like there's a different bold and outlined and dynamic. If you want to fill outline, it's basically just get my attention if you want to like what effects you want to add in. Okay. And then also if you want to like change the text, just highlight it and you can change it to whatever you want. Okay. And this lets you move it around where you want to. Okay, so there are lots of different options as far as choosing options for text. Let's go to like adding a picture here. So I'm going to start with a full body image. It's very similar to like what I did on my example here. So I used a full body image here. And because I use that for a reason, and I'll scroll down and I'll find an example of one that I want to use. Let's see. Yeah, I like this guy right here. So to start off, let's give you this download like a cloud icon. It's downloading it to your project here. So once that goes away, I have some options there. Because before it wouldn't let me choose the background. Now I can actually remove the background of this image. Does a pretty good job. And now I have just this image here. And I'll show you the difference when I just actually grab a person let's say like so people. And let's say I want to grab this guy here. So right now the remove background is just showed up there. So I can resize that. Then remove the background. Does a pretty good job taking out, just leaving this guy here. So this guy right here, you can see the difference here. This is full body, and so I can place him. It makes sense visually. But this one doesn't really make sense. If I just place it out in the middle here, then it's just waist that's cut off, and it doesn't really make sense visually. So it makes sense on the bottom of your image there. So if you want to use an image like that, it's cut off like that, you can definitely use it, but it needs to be placed visually. So like for instance, if like this image it's cut off on the left, you know, so if I'm using her, then I would need to like this will just grayed out until it goes away, and I can remove the background of this image here. And let's say she's only cut off on the left and the bottom, so I need to place it in this corner here. So you see some different options there. Okay, I'll delete these guys. So that's placing images here, but definitely have elements here. So like on my example, I didn't use a real picture of heart or a real picture of a brain. I just used like illustrations. A lot of times in graphics, and that's what you do. So I can search those. So maybe human heart. Yep, comes up there. Human heart. And then I can find them. Yeah, maybe this one right here. So I just wait for a download here, and maybe some options to change. Maybe I don't want the color, and I can change that there. So then I can actually just add in different arrows. So like maybe another, like add an arrow. Yeah, so I've got an arrow. So I can add in there. So I can add some different options there. So I can drag it in. So, and that pretty much finishes. So like this is kind of just an overview. So to get you started. So I would highly recommend, if you have any other questions on like how to add in your own text and how to like all the options you want to do, get my attention. I can come around and show you individually. Okay. So let's say I finished with this assignment. So I'm going to go here to download. I'm just saying, leave it the way it is, download here. It's going to download to my downloads folder here. And so what I need to do is click back on Canvas here. So I go back to this assignment. I've already done it once. So I click on new attempt anytime, as many times as you need to. So you can click upload a file and choose a file. I'm going to go to my downloads folder that's right here. And I'm going to click on Untitled here. And then I click on submit assignment. You can actually quickly go back and see once it's submitted. Then yes, hooray, I've submitted. But you can also go down to your download Untitled here, and it downloads it again, and you click that. It's the same picture I just downloaded. Okay, so if you want to check on there. Okay, that finishes this summit. So thanks for watching.